it's a method of war, dividing and conquering. Like if you're seeking power, it's a method. Divide the people. You divide them. They're no longer united. United we stand, divided we fall.
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
All right, ready?
All
right.
He's ready.
Don't be worried. Okay.
I thought you were going to be like, and don't just be a boring.
Ian just changes the way we sound anyway, makes us sound amazing. So
Magic.
it's magic. Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom.
Oh my God, you're getting so good
Yeah,
at that.
told you bring the energy. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach, the almost beard Grady. Welcome to the show, buddy.
It's not as.
It's an almost beard.
It's not as glorious as yours. I agree.
Well, I'm thankful that the mustache has company now, because when that sits on your face alone, we all get afraid for our genitals.
That's
so,
fair.
And then here joining us today is Ellie Berger. Welcome to the show, Ellie.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And of course, and always, my lovely wife, Lindy. Welcome to the show, honey.
Damn fucking right I
We're
am.
not going to talk about how Ellie
Yeah.
got kidnapped against her will and put on a podcast.
Okay, yeah, we did just kind of breeze right over that. So Ellie is a longtime friend of our families.
I'm the ex-babysitter.
Yes, Ellie used to babysit for us. She stopped by today, and we were like, oh, you came by for information about a podcast.
I did do that.
Coincidence.
Yes. And
So-
then I ended up on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, you want to learn about a
Want some
podcast?
OJT? We got it going
Yeah,
on.
let's go. You'll learn all you need to know. So Ellie is here job shadowing today. And
She's an
and learn-
intern.
Yes.
This is our intern, Ellie.
Yes, this is our intern, Ellie. She's been working closely with Ian for the last, 30 minutes. And she's learned a lot. Ellie, what do you think so far?
So far, so great. I really love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? You think you could do this?
Talk to me on episode 30 of Ellie.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Do you have a name? What are you going to...
Ellie style.
Ellie style? Was that just off the cuff?
Well, I don't know. Do we like it?
I like
Yeah,
it.
I like
If those are some fries, I would order them. Ellie style fries.
I would like my fries Ellie style.
Sounds good, don't it?
And her last name is Burger.
Oh! Get out of here. So
Has
you
to
want a
be.
burger and fries Ellie style?
So many food puns. I
Yes.
love it.
Very funny. Good. Well, welcome to the show either way, Ellie. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to do great. Just a conversation. And if you're easily offended, which I know you're not, otherwise you wouldn't be friends with us, you should leave the show now. Now is your chance to exit stage left and save yourself the
Right.
my left.
You're like, okay.
You're
yeah.
right.
That's fair.
Anyway. All right. So what are we talking about today? Oh, I know what I want to talk about.
You do?
Wait, does anybody else have anything you want to talk about before I talk about what I want to talk about?
I just wanted to talk about whiskey.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we don't.
I always forget. What are we drinking? You wave at him. Zach, what are we drinking
Oh,
today?
we're going back to the well, baby. EC18.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I have a secret to
good,
tell you, though. I just drank some of that
I can tell.
When?
2 days ago.
Oh.
Three days ago. 2 days ago.
So do you need
2 days ago.
You need something different?
No. Okay.
That
Ellie
agree.
is
I
drinking.
don't usually. I'm drinking White Claw.
She's drinking her White Claw.
We don't drink it on the
It
rocks.
does start with a
either,
W.
That it does. That it does.
What does that have to do with anything?
Whiskey
Whiskey
White
and-
Claw.
yeah.
We can add it to the
Whiskey. All right.
Whiskey White Claws. Friends, family.
Whiskey, White Claws, friends, family, and freedom. No, we're not adding White Claws to the
Matt,
intro.
since you're only doing one, we need to...
I mean, I think
Like a
that's
triple
weak-ass
pour?
little bitch-ass pour. I think you can give me a full ounce and a half. That's good. That's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chief. So I'm on the program. I'm only allowed one drink per week. This is it.
Thank you for sharing it with us, Matt.
Yeah, and you all should feel very honored that I choose my one drink per week to share with you all. It means
Wait a
I
minute.
really love
You just said you had that 2 days ago.
I just started my program today. So we'll see how it goes.
New week.
New week. I might start over tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, what I really wanted to talk about. This is a Glencairn glass, and we have these Protect Your Purpose Glencairn glasses coming soon for sale.
to a website
Speaking
near
of.
you.
Speaking of, I'm so good at this hosting. Speaking of, I'm sorry, Ian, I let you down. I let Zach down with the drinks. I got it all. If you haven't already, please smash that like and subscribe button on all of our channels and all of our things. Download and rate and like and share and all that shit. Means a lot to us. It's how we grow the channel. Thank you for doing so. And now let's get started. And what I wanted to finally, we're talking about something I want to fucking talk about. Lindy getting called the girl in the red, who is the HR manager at Target. So these comments are off the chain. We're being attacked, and I'm getting called ugly and fat. And
I appreciate how many humorous people there are on the internet.
Oh,
There's some
dude,
pretty
it's so
funny
good.
people out there. But yeah, you did get called ugly several times on
Well,
that post.
I never, whoever that was is a fucking idiot and an asshole because I never claimed to be attractive.
That's true.
Not in this post, not in anything in my life or anything other than like obvious sarcasm and humor.
You're the most attractive person. in
Lindy's
the
the
world.
only one that
we're
matters.
married. That's what I'm talking about, babe. That's why we're here.
That's what I
No
thought you
one
were.
else in the world matters.
That's what I
besides
thought
me.
you were gonna put on that post. Is like, well, I married the one woman who thinks I'm attractive, so
Yeah.
I nailed it.
I'm 1 for 1. I'm batting 1,000, bitches. Okay? And I got no illegitimate kids with no chicks who think I'm ugly either.
And I'm never wearing red again.
Is that a problem? Oh, I just put together the red in Target.
Oh, you were still trying to
I
figure
just
that
thought
out.
they were calling her like a Karen. She's
No,
like
she looked. She was dressed like a Target
Yeah, she
HR
did.
manager.
She was.
You know, you had a Target manager.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she thought it was personality.
I thought it was the Enneagram 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what that was?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
so in the comments, Ellie, you probably don't know this yet. In the comments, someone said something about me. Oh, they said like this guy's complaining about chicks, whatever it was, not liking him or whatever. And I said, yeah,
Not
that
finding them attractive.
not finding him attractive. I was like, no, he's not, because I wrote
Those
that.
words never came out of your mouth either.
No.
They literally put words in your mouth.
And that's something that I've never complained about. Never had a problem with anybody finding me attractive or not. So not something I didn't say. It's also something I wouldn't say because I'm super attractive, I think. Right, honey?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And I've
Well,
got a cheer. I've got a fan and a
We
wife.
all agree,
That's right.
Matt.
Anyhow,
You're a handsome devil.
somebody in the comments says, this guy giving fucking attraction advice or whatever. And then they called me ugly and basically said I couldn't get a woman. And then someone else in the comment who we don't know says, well, his wife is also on the podcast and she's a 10. So try again, dude. And then that dude goes, don't tell me you're talking about the chicken in the red. Who? The Target HR, the HR manager from Target in the red, please, or whatever. And they were talking about Lindy.
Oh, that's great.
So all in the same like 4 comments, I got called ugly and Lindy got called an HR manager.
So is
at
that going to stick? Like in your guys' marriage, the whole HR joke, is that going to?
Yes.
Because
We're
one
gonna-
that stuck in Zach's marriage is the gaslighting. I know that's a daily thing.
We're
now.
gonna,
yeah.
we're gonna role
Yeah.
play.
Oh yeah.
oh,
She's gonna be like,
I'm gonna-
I'm your HR
do
manager.
you want the job or not?
HR manager? Call me an HR manager.
But
Okay, Karen.
I find that offensive though, as if Target HR managers can't be attractive.
Well,
Are
you
they
married
all ugly.
You married a Target manager, so
she
I'm-
wasn't HR though. She was just
Well, she was
she
like
ran
a
the
store
whole
manager.
show. They're all hot.
She was the manager of the HR manager.
Exactly. Boss bitch.
Boss bitch.
I'd love to see what the comment thread would say about that. We should get her in a Target uniform on the show again and see what we can and go troll that person. You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, there's not really Target uniforms though. They
It's
wear
just a red shirt and
It's just-
khakis,
exactly.
bro.
just something red.
Red shirt and khakis. We
with-
got
She's
this.
probably still got name tags too. We could find.
Yes.
Can I borrow?
Oh my gosh.
We
that'd
should
be
get
great.
Lindy a Target HR name tag. Anyway,
We need
all
to
right.
start doing spoofs off these comments.
Ellie, I want to talk about you because you're our guest of honor. You're just a guest, and it's got to be the guest of honor because you're the only guest.
We're calling her a guest or a hostage. What?
Well, this is a hostage situation. She did not want to come, fought, and we basically shoved a microphone in her face and threw some earphones on her head and said, "You're on the show now."
She still thinks we're just pretending.
Yeah, at one point we did pretend, and she totally clammed up. You weren't in here. She's like, "Are we really recording?"
I thought we were. I didn't
Yeah.
know, but the only thing that gave it away was the clock. But other than that, I thought we were on, and I was nervous.
A
My
lot
heart was
of the
pounding.
times we forget
For
to
future
turn that
reference,
off.
the clock means nothing about if we're recording or not.
True that, but hey, keen sense of awareness
Awareness.
for you.
aware.
If there's no clock running, we can't be running.
Lights, camera, action.
Yes.
We're on. Let's go. So Ellie,
Yeah.
you came in. You're saying you want to start a podcast. I want to know, and I want the audience to know, what is your podcast going to be about? What's going to be your premise, your purpose?
I was gonna say my name, my podcast name we just came up with, but I already forgot it. But
Oh, that's okay. The Ellie Show.
Ellie Style.
Ellie Style.
There it was.
Style.
Okay.
Ellie's style is going to be, if that's what we're going with, but it's just going to be broad. It's going to be about life in your 20s, about what it's like to date modern day, dating apps, Bumble, Hinge. It's going to be about friendships, about just what goes on in your 20s these days.
Career
lots
paths.
changed. Yeah, lots changed.
Dating in your 20s on Tinder, on Bumble. What'd you say? Bumblebee, Bumble, and
We've got
Hitched.
Tinder, we've got Hinge, we've got Bumble.
Hinge.
Facebook has.
I can't get
doesn't
any of
Facebook
these.
have a dating
Yeah.
app now?
Facebook does?
My neighbor Mark showed me it. Yeah,
Neighbor Mark showed you the dating app?
he did.
Did he ask you to?
Yeah. Was that
I-
his way of saying, check me out
I'm
on the
not
dating
sure.
app?
I didn't ask for that feedback. I didn't want to see it. He just, I don't know.
He was
I
like,
don't even know
Ellie,
what Mark's doing
you're
in his free
single.
time.
Mark.
So,
no offense, Mark. We love you.
listen, Mark.
Mark, if you're out there,
If you're out there,
I'm not
Mark.
interested.
A woman named Mark.
Yes.
neighbor Mark.
So, Ellie, tell us a little bit about the charades of dating in your 20s in 2023.
Dating in your 20s in 2023. Well, first of all, I don't know if it even exists at times because we talk. Remember? We have our talking
Oh.
stages.
Okay. Yeah.
And so differentiating between the two is difficult, to say the least. And dating with a world full of social media presents a lot of challenges.
Like what?
Well, DMs and
Outside
well,
influence on the relationship. Sure.
yes. And I hear this a lot. I mean, I'm single, so I hear this a lot from my friends who are in relationships, and they get so upset with their boyfriends or partner that liked bikini photos from, their boyfriend likes influencers
Yeah.
stuff. So it's, it's different these days.
With this show, I know you're familiar with some of the show, but on the show, we kind of have like a mantra. Our goal is to provide as much value as possible. And I'm going to use this opportunity to provide some value to our audience. And the value to the audience is going to be very simple. If you are married or if you are not married, if you are young or if you are old, and you go like somebody's fucking bikini post from the opposite gender, if that's even still a thing, we want to talk about that. If you are a grown-ass man and you go like some random chick's bikini post, you suck. So don't fucking do that. Just don't like it. They don't need your like. The world doesn't need your like. And it makes you look
And what-
really stupid and fucking desperate, according to Ellie.
A little
It
sketchy.
fucks with your... Yeah, it's, get out of here.
And what are you trying to accomplish?
Right.
there?
What's
Like,
the point?
Do you think that chick's gonna see it and be like,
Oh,
"Oh, let me DM this
Zach
dude."
261498 ! Liked my post. I'm gonna go check his profile out and message him.
Look at this picture in his mom's basement.
What do you fucking think's gonna come from this, douchebags? Stop liking random shit. Just look at it, be like, admire, see ya, swipe up or whatever direction. Unless you're on a dating app, because I assume that's different. I've never been on a dating app because I've been married to the target manager or to the HR manager for long enough. All of social media's existence, I've been married. So
I do have a question about
All right, let's
dating
hear it.
apps,
Yeah,
though.
let's hear it.
So me and my wife met on Tinder, actually. And even back, this was I was on Tinder, 2012, 2015.
what do you call it? Like a Tinder success? What do you
Tinderella?
Tinderella. Yeah, yeah.
Tinderella?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my Tinderella.
We didn't coin that, but I'll take it.
I know. Yeah, yeah. It's great.
But even back then, when you're looking at pictures, everybody, of course, puts their best selves on dating apps. But when you go to meet somebody in person, you're like, wow, that's that's far fetched right there. You know?
You got catfish.
But now it's even crazier with glamour filters and you can look like a completely different person.
Amen.
Like at least, before it was close, you're like, well, you're not exactly what I thought, but it's
But it'll
you'll
do.
do.
clearly you were the same person. But now you can have you really encountered I don't know how much males actually do it, so I'm speaking from the male perspective.
Have you been catfished? Is what my friend's trying to say.
Also, yeah, and is it running rampant out there?
Yeah.
The whole lying about height thing.
Oh, I've heard this.
Why would that be a
Yes.
thing you'd lie
Because
about?
men are fucking idiots, bro.
But
They're
if you're trying to get in
self-conscious.
front of somebody,
Well, why would chicks stuff their bra or wear fake puffy asses?
but you can fake that for a minute. Like if you meet,
Well, eventually they're going to
is he
see
come
it.
out in heels?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Well, eventually they're going to see it all.
right. I don't understand it.
It's all stupid, man. It's
But-
all stupid. I've never been on a dating app. What?
The height thing, they're probably self-conscious when they're trying to initiate someone, and so maybe they're off 2 inches, and they're like, maybe she won't notice.
So
we notice.
what
I
they're
mean,
trying to
we
do
notice.
is get you interested and hopefully woo you over with your personality.
Exactly.
Set
And then
the
when you
hook.
see me, you're like, well, you're 2 inches shorter,
You'll
but
do.
you're kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're taller than me still, barely,
And-
but it'll work.
What girl doesn't want a taller guy?
That's true.
Yeah, but they want them to show up and actually be a taller guy, not a shorter guy.
But that's maybe one of the first interests that you see is
So
okay, this
women are mainly getting height catfished.
And men just get a whole different face.
yeah.
A whole ass.
Or the angles, like the angles
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
picture. Like
Your
you
jaw looking all good.
Immediately when you see a profile and all the pictures from there, just immediate swipe left.
Get off
Because you
of
know
it.
they're hiding. There's only a reason. There's one reason why you
Left
would
is
take.
pass.
Yep.
Yeah, swipe left.
Really?
Immediately.
Shit.
Oh.
And you can tell, I guess, with most filters these days, can't you? Or no? Am I?
I mean, I think most filters make your face look too
Like
pretty,
flat? Yeah.
too smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Air shopped. What is it called?
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Airbrushed.
Yes.
Airbrushed.
There we go.
Air shopped. You like Linda. You make up your own terms and
Put
shit.
shit together.
You
it's
fit
fine.
right in, Ellie. Good job.
Thank you.
Air shopped or whatever. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. This is interesting. We've got a couple takeaways here. Number one, liking people's other members of the opposite sex photos for no reason at all. Again, I want to add that in. You're an idiot if you do that. And also, then the algorithm is going to catch that and they're going to send you more of those people. And then
Your whole feed's just
your whole feed is going to, and then
nudity
you're going to
women.
feel obligated to like them again. It's a vicious cycle of douchiness. No douche awareness for somebody who's going on some random shit. Be like, oh, I like your titties. Oh, I like it. Heart.
I hope you see this.
Message. Beautiful. You're a beauty. Shut up, dummy.
I thought that was only like Indian,
And
Middle
if
Eastern
you
guys.
do fall for it,
so
you're an idiot.
right. So Ellie, one thing I have some advice for you too. I want to add value.
Okay.
You should never be in a relationship where you are ever fighting with a man who is liking bikini photos of other chicks, because you should now know that that man is a douchebag and isn't worthy of your time.
I would agree with that.
So
I would agree.
we got a
Thank
couple
you.
problems. You're welcome. Yeah, a couple problems solved here. I saw a post or read an article or a video or some sort that said there's X amount of single young Americans, fucking 50 million, whatever it was, some ridiculous amount, like 70% are not interested in getting married. They're not looking for relationships anymore. Are you seeing that amongst the 20-something-year-olds?
I would definitely say I'm seeing it. I'm hearing about it all the time. Even myself, sometimes I'm like, it just seems so complicated these days to
Yeah.
date. And
God, that's so sad.
yeah, I don't know.
Think about what that does for our society and our civilization long term. Like having a whole generation of people that are not interested in getting married and procreating and raising families.
Well,
Mm.
I think probably the biggest reason of that is because of the dating apps. Because you don't have to go to the grocery store or church to find a woman anymore. You could literally get on a dating app and within 5 minutes you can have multiple options. So people don't want to
It's instant gratification.
More
instant
dating.
gratification. You immediately get that
So there's
dopamine.
less meaning. Yeah.
Sex.
Less meaning. Exactly.
More access, less meaning.
Man.
People don't want to put in the work. Is that the issue?
Please don't ever leave me.
I would
I don't know
I
what-
might marry a girl.
Me? Oh, I would never leave you too. You're a trap only because I would never want to go back on the dating scene. If for no other reason, I'm not doing that shit. I'd be single forever
Yeah, that's,
because
it's-
I don't have that kind of energy to.
do friends still
busy.
set friends up? Like, I know a guy
Blind
that
dates?
yeah, blind dates. That's what they call it. But
Not like on one-on-one dates. Like if that's gonna happen, like we go to a group and like mingle. But this is like a rare thing that I even hear about anymore. Is just like blind dates. No one's asked me
all
if I want to go on a
online.
blind date. Yeah, that's interesting.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, times have changed. I would be remiss if I did not mention that I believe this is the outcome of 30 years worth of propaganda designed to empower women and make a whole ass generation on this slow play of women believe that they no longer need men in their life, that they are independent, strong women that have been put out in the workforce, and we are now seeing the fruits of all of their labor and all of their propaganda over the last 30 years. And it's coming to fruition. I mean, the statistics are showing it. Divorce rates all-time high. Single, young, eligible couples with zero desire to be in a relationship, all-time high. Someone, I think Musk, I saw a video a while back, him saying, we don't have an overpopulation problem. We've got an underpopulation problem. People are not procreating like they were. We've got a population problem in the opposite of course, what we have seen for the last 30 years.
What Bill Gates will tell you.
Oh, yeah, of course. What they've been saying since, when was HIV delivered to us as a society? That's when it really started, was the population.
80s? Was that 80s?
Had to have been mid-80s? Yeah, probably.
Oh, when Magic get it. That's how I
Yeah, that's right. How old was I when Magic was playing? Right, yeah, it had to have been in 89.
Something
90.
like that.
Magic probably got a 93.
85.
93. 85?
You're just throwing numbers out?
I was 3.
Oh.
I remember it. I bet I was 12. I bet it was 1993.
Yeah, it was early 90s. You're right.
Let's Google it at some point. Not right now. All right, what else do we want to talk about? Oh,
Well.
go ahead. You
No,
got
I don't
something?
know. I don't
No,
have
let's
anything.
fucking go. You got something.
I don't
Let's do
have
this.
I don't have
All
anything.
right, Grady, what do you got?
How does she come up with something and then once you point at her to come
I
to
did.
bring it to the table, she's like, no, not me.
She go.
I didn't.
All right, well, you think of what our next topic
Matt-
is going to be.
1991 is when he came out that he had HIV.
Well done.
91. I was close.
Yeah, I'll give
Really
you
close.
Thanks.
That. I'll give you that.
High five again. Third high five of the show. Ellie,
Yes.
what do you think of podcasting so far?
It's interesting.
Yeah?
It really is just like having a conversation.
That's it.
It is.
Yeah.
Get together, talk that shit.
Have your nerves
Tea time.
settled a little
A
bit.
little tea time.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
it's great. Yeah, that's what we do. We come in here.
Spill the tea. I've always wanted to say that.
Ellie, I appreciate your input and insight.
I can only imagine the comments with her being single and or you might blow us up again.
What's they trying to blow?
They'll be like,
Who's the chick in the podcast?
I'm not a social and
Who's that chick next to the HR manager?
Yeah.
I'm not,
Oh,
I'm not a
I
social
work
media.
at Target.
that's where they
I
met.
work in stocking.
Yes, they met. They met in.
She's
in-
a produce manager.
Yes, they
and,
met in produce.
HR manager.
Yes, she worked in the lawn and garden. Filed a formal complaint about some man who was stalking her on Tinder, or what's the other one? Bumbles.
Bumble. Just Bumble.
Bumble.
Just
Right, one
plural.
Bumble.
Just one.
No multiple Bumbles.
So Ian says Facebook dating's the best one. Which
you
are
familiar
you
with?
on? Are you
yeah.
on them? I guess I should. I don't even know.
Well, the neighbor. What's the neighbor's name?
Mark,
Mark told us.
Mark's
yeah,
on them.
Neighbor Mark.
but
Neighbor Mark.
their age gaps are different. So
Oh yeah,
her age doesn't get on Facebook as much.
Ian's
Correct?
super fucking old.
Are you more Instagram and TikTok?
Definitely
and-
more Instagram. I scroll on TikTok when I'm bored, but yeah, those are like our platforms, I'd say.
Hold on a second. Dating?
Oh, as far as dating, I would say it's more like Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, maybe if you want, but it has a stereotype, so it just depends what you're looking for.
What's the
Tinder's the
stereotype?
older generation.
It is.
No, it was even back then known for
Oh yeah.
Hooking
looking
up?
for hookups. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it
Yes.
is? The reputation is.
That's the reputation she's referring to.
Oh.
So the other ones aren't like hookup apps?
It just depends what your intention is.
Well,
but
wait,
Tinder,
correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Bumble, the woman has to initiate.
Oh,
For
really?
most women like Bumble because a message can't be sent until the woman messages the man first.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
that is a good point.
That is
Yeah.
some sexist ass
You know why though?
feminist bullshit.
You know why?
Why? What about equal
Unsolicited
rights?
dick pics, dude? That's why.
Oh, well, how the fuck
And
am I supposed to know that? I told you
unsolicited-
I've been married since before dating after a thing.
What's a
I
dick
was
pic?
drawing dick pics back then.
And I feel
Yeah.
like naturally guys are don't care what
They're
you're
just
into.
swiping right to everybody.
No,
Come
they're
on,
just
baby,
sending
give
a
me a-
message.
One of them's
like,
got a hit.
Like a lotto.
Yeah, like who can I get? Who can I get? Who can I get? But I think that's true. Like I feel like guys are more like that than women, and I don't think that part's sexist at all.
No,
I feel like that's freeing them
You
a bunch of creepers.
Feminist maniac, you. All this misogyny you've been putting out over the last fucking 2 weeks.
I would be so happy to be the one to initiate it and not have 50. Not saying I would have 50.
Well, you have 10.
I'm not saying I would. I'm an HR manager.
Well, you have 10.4 million people that disagree with you. We know that for sure.
It's fine, but I would love to be the one to initiate. I wouldn't
I think
want a
that's
bunch
cool.
of creepers.
I think most men, I don't
are
speak
idiots,
for
dude.
men. I think most men would rather be like, oh shit, you're initiating?
Exactly.
Well, I think
This is a lot.
traditionally-
Yeah.
Well, traditionally, I think people wait for the man to approach the situation, and
Yeah.
so this forces the woman to like take that leap, to make the move.
Yeah, it fully kills chivalry and destroys the earliest stages of a man's role in the relationship, like asking you out. Yeah,
That's
that's one way to do it.
partially men's fault though too, because they're
Because they're just out firing off
douchebags,
pictures
dude.
of their wieners.
Yeah.
If they didn't send out all those wieners, then they wouldn't have had to create a nap, which is wiener proof. But if you send
not 100% wiener.
right, so if you initiate, boom,
Boom, dick pic.
dick pic in your inbox. Bumble said so. I'm allowed now. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're interested? Look at this.
Yeah. So the women are on Bumble because primarily that reason.
Just depends. I'm banned from Hinge, so
What'd you do? Dick pics?
Oh
In
my
the
god! How do you get banned from a dating site?
I know I was gonna leave that out.
Let's
but
go.
No.
What's Hinge's niche? Like, what's their difference?
No. I don't
don't-
give a shit what their niche is.
I wanna
Why
know
are you
that
banned?
first. I
Okay, all
wanna
right,
know
all
that
right. I see
first.
what you're doing. All right, answer Zach. He's the question guy.
So Bumble, women initiate. Tinder is swiping. Is Hinge like a Tinder variation, or
I feel like
don't know
Hinge is more personable. I mean, it could be. Depends like what you're on it for, but I think it's more personable because I say that this is what it's like dating in your 20s, guys, because they make you do jokes and like voice recordings on Hinge. So it's like a
what
little
does
bit
that mean?
more personable.
You got to hear their voice.
What is that? You have to do
You
jokes.
can't be.
Do they give you the joke?
They give you the prompt and then you respond to it. So
Give me an example.
okay, so I just set my friend's Hinge up for her last night. And
This is so money.
one
Okay.
of the prompts was I go crazy for. So then you got to fill in the blank.
Whose voice did you use? Hers or yours?
Well, I didn't do the voice recording. So this is just the prompts
This is
because it's two separate
This is a
things.
profile
Yeah.
or whatever.
So you have like 3 prompts on Hinge that they make you fill in the blank. And then you can do prompts to the voice recording as well. So different ones, though, different prompts.
And you
So two
have
different things.
You don't have to be funny.
You don't have to be. I mean,
it helps.
You can be vague. You can be lame. But it's better to be funny.
Okay. So funny
Always.
wins. Of
Funny
course.
wins
That's
most
how
of the
Zach
time.
has gotten 100% of the vagina.
120.
That 120 of the 100%, which is just 2, have been because of
Why
his
do you have to
humor.
throw numbers out?
I'm
there,
just
dude?
letting everybody know.
We can
where
make
you've been.
the numbers say whatever we want.
I'm just letting everybody know where you've been all these years,
All right,
okay?
that's fair.
You've been out there trying. Humor wins all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to the people in the comments who called me ugly and want to know how I landed this HR manager
Jokes.
because I'm fucking funny.
Jokes.
Yeah, because I'm hilarious. Jokes. And now the dating apps have gotten a hold of this, so they're trying to force unfunny people into being funny, which is probably funny in and of itself. The humor of unfunny people being funny to a funny person has got to be funny, right?
My buddy on
Yeah, I
on that Dad's Man Cave podcast, they do Tinder reviews, and they pull up like all the funny Tinder
Yeah.
profiles that they found.
Yes.
There's some pretty funny people out
That's
there.
good. Please tell us why now
Yep.
that you are banned from one of these dating apps. What's it called again? Grinder?
Hinge?
Hinged.
Even I know what Grinder is.
Oh, it's different.
What is Grinder?
It's a gay dating
Yeah,
app.
it's a gay one, right?
Oh, dear God.
That's the one he's on.
Stop it.
That's how I know.
We've known some people.
You're not
on
funny,
there.
Matt.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Hilarious. Ellie, sorry to interrupt. Tell us.
How does one get banned?
how do you
from
get
a
banned?
dating site?
All right. I don't love this.
We can cut it if we need to.
Yeah.
I mean, little insight into what it's like dating in your 20s, but basically the ex.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, I knew that he was on his Hinge setting his location to different states. And when he'd go on vacation, he would be meeting up with girls, right? So
While he was dating you?
yes.
Oh,
Fuck,
no.
man.
So
Oh, no.
yeah. So I found that out. And then we got into a little argument after a night downtown. And he was like, we should delete our dating apps. And I was like, perfect. Thank God.
You guys are
And-
actually official at this point, though? Or?
Yes.
And you both had dating apps up?
What
the fuck is
maybe
going
we were
on?
actually no, sorry, we didn't become official until after the dating app was
So
gone.
is
So,
that
good-
that was
good
kind of the
catch.
blurred lines you were talking about earlier, though, right? Like you never know when it flips from talking to dating.
Yeah, exactly. Like
So deleting the apps might be one of the steps.
yeah, it's definitely a proper step to take.
Okay.
So can I pause for a
yeah.
second? Was he actually cheating on you then, or he was just being a douchebag? Because were you?
I can't prove
That's a dick move,
what went
100%.
on these vacations.
But would you consider that cheating though, since technically you guys hadn't made it official?
I felt
but
betrayed,
he kind of
yeah.
okay.
Like it felt really inappropriate.
He's just yeah, definitely a douchebag move. But
If
yeah.
it feels like cheating, you're probably getting skirting it with a technicality, which is cheating.
You're right.
Well, the
You're right.
intention wasn't loyal. You know, like if
Yeah.
you even are entertaining that for whatever reason, it's not loyal. So, I mean,
So let me ask you this side question: if he would have told you what he was doing, would you then just said we're not? Were you dating people?
no, I was only with him. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
He was being secretive and douchey.
Yes,
Okay.
secretive.
So go on.
Yeah.
You got
Okay.
banned. How?
So actually, we made it this far, but we deleted our apps, and I went back to download my Hinge in when we broke up in like August or so, and I'm banned.
So they didn't even give you a reason.
No, so I actually don't know the clear reason, but I don't know if he,
So hold on a second. Why do you think you got banned?
Do you think he had
well,
something to do with
I
it?
think he did something, but I can't prove that, so I don't want to sound
Throw
mistrusting.
that out there,
And
sure.
yeah, but I don't think that happens by accident. I think I was, I don't know, reported or something. I don't know.
So do you think you can maybe open a new one like Schmelly Schmerger? Or something?
Well,
Ellie Style?
Ellie Styles? Yeah. Be like, oh no, that's not my real name. I wasn't catfishing you. I only put that on there because I got banned from the app. They're gonna be like, oh, what the
that one
fuck
of-
did you get banned for?
Is that one of
crazy
those
person?
things where you get a new phone number though, and you can just?
I tried
trade
my
it
dad.
and it didn't work?
Mr. Burger, he's already been banned too.
That's so good. Why didn't it work with your dad's?
I think they track your VPN.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is serious.
Because I got
Dude.
kicked off of Venmo. Different story. Obviously.
Venmo?
Yeah, I've been permanently banned. I got an email recently because I tried getting
Yes.
it back.
Permanently banned.
And if you get a new phone number for those,
What'd you do on Venmo, bro?
that was my wife.
Okay, what'd your wife do on Venmo?
Do you
However want.
remember? It's like a pyramid thing where you pay $100 to get in this, and then once you end up in the circle, everybody that pays $100 while you're in the circle, you get. So if it keeps going forever, everybody makes like $1,000. But
It's like the wine.
my wife
thing.
got in. My wife put my Venmo in. My wife put my sister's Venmo in, and then Venmo caught on, and they're like, "Nah." So this was like a couple years ago. I recently just tried to get it back, and they're like, "Nah."
We said permanent.
Yeah.
we meant permanent.
Well, I thought I was like just kicked off, so I was like, I requested it back, and they're like, "Nah, you violated our code of ethics or something." And now I
God.
can't get Venmo.
So you and your wife got into a $100 pyramid scheme?
I didn't. My wife got mine into it.
She got you all banned?
Yeah.
The whole
She's
family
banned.
can't
She's
receive
also, yeah, the Grady family cannot receive Venmo payments.
God.
Have you
I
have you
almost
broken
got-
the news to your children yet that they will not be able to use Venmo when they grow up?
Actually, I should use Brecken's phone. That's a good idea.
Listen up, people.
I almost got banned from.
You were in it, weren't you? Or no?
No, I wasn't in it, but I tried to use.
Oh, Lindy tried to scam her husband. She tried to take my debit card and bring it onto her own Venmo and then Venmo herself with my card. It's not how that fucking works.
You don't think Venmo was going to catch on to that?
No, you can't Venmo yourself. She was trying to add my card onto her Venmo to Venmo herself.
To steal money from
She
me?
was right.
We
She
do
was
not. We do not share accounts. I know that's gonna.
She was laundering money through.
That's gonna blow some people's minds.
no. We share accounts.
Yes, that's true.
It's a classic.
I am on all
case-
of your stuff.
Right.
I just
It's
don't
a
have
classic
cards.
case of
Too lazy to.
My
create a
money
joint account.
is her money, and her money is her money too. Okay? She's on all my accounts. She has her own secret account that she does all the shit with that I don't have access
Her army
to.
paycheck goes out.
Yes, my army
All the
paycheck
paychecks
goes
go
to the
that
bills. Okay.
She does it. She does all the family stuff. She is the leader of the financial department, and she's
And
the
I
finance
suck at
manager.
it.
I
Yeah,
can't
she's
imagine
not
how
good.
late your guys' bills are.
Oh, dude, remember the time they shut off our gas?
Do you remember that?
This was
And the-
about 5 months ago.
And then
I remember the time I came here to set up the studio for the first time and set up your internet,
The electricity
and there was no
out.
internet.
Dude, and we're like, oh, we probably forgot to pay. One time, I came back and I went to go turn on the stove, and it just goes a gas stove.
Gas.
Tick, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, for funsies, let me.
For fun.
No gas coming out of that stove at all, and I'm like, babe, did you pay the gas bill by chance? She's like, when does that come out? What? So then they got it turned back on, where I had to have the gas guy come back out, turn it back on for a small disconnection fee or reconnection fee. Meanwhile, we ran out of hot water. There were several appliances that were
freezing in our
down. It was
house.
freezing cold. And then they turn it back on. I shit you not. 1 week later, we pull up to the house, and the gas guy was back to shut the fucking gas
didn't pay
off
it again?
We only got caught up on the 1 week or the 1 month or whatever
She
it was
like
late.
3 months behind.
And it was several months behind, so the next week clicked over a new one, and the
like,
fucker
no,
was like,
no.
I gotta shut it off. I'm sorry, man. I'm like, no, you are not shutting my gas off. Figure it out. It wasn't even really Lindy's fault.
No,
I think there was like
I got a new
mistake on
card,
their end.
and I never changed it back over.
Yeah, we're not great. We're not
No,
super
no.
responsible, but good news is we're not dating in our 20s anymore. So at least we don't have that bullshit
There's
to
that.
deal with. We just have the manageable challenges like paying our bills and shit. So
Hashtag adult problems.
yeah. All right. What else?
Everybody's got their own shit going on.
What else did you guys want to talk about tonight? There was some trans shit going on a Bud Light can. I heard that.
I wanted your thoughts on it, I suppose. I don't know how much you actually looked into it.
It's stupid.
I
I can tell you this much. Whatever the fuck happened, Bud Light knew exactly what they were doing, and they knew that their drinkers were going to be not their target market, and also not the brightest people in the world, and also we're going to have very, very short-term memories, and those fuckers are going to be shooting their beer cans out, which they're going to buy the beer cans just to shoot them, and then they're going to post a video of it, which is going to be free advertisement, and before these fuckers can even blink their eyes, they're going to forget, and Bud Light's stock's going to go back through the roof, and their sales are going to go up with a whole new community.
So the trans person in question.
Who's the trans person?
Dylan Mulvaney.
What's Dylan Mulvaney? Is Dylan a girl or a boy?
TikToks, YouTube. It's a trans female, so biological male. The one I have a more of an issue with, I guess, is the Nike ads, right? Because now they have her representing like women's leggings and women's sports bras, and she's Kate Spade, she's tampon, she's got all these different.
You ain't no tampons, Dylan. Wait, Dylan's a man?
Yes,
Dylan ain't need no tampons.
that's the thing though. Like,
I'm no Scientologist,
Isn't
but that
the-
shit don't work.
wasn't one of the main feminist movements
Protecting
the,
women?
the gender pay gap and closing that, and now we're just handing
Men.
men women's jobs, and all the feminists are fucking cool with it all of a sudden.
No.
Like, I wonder what they're paying her though. I'd be really interested.
I
to see
know.
that.
I bet you could Google
She's
it.
probably getting more than all of us.
Let me ask you a question. Can Dylan Mulvaney have a period?
I don't know the answer to that.
No,
question.
the answer's no.
It's a man. So no, it's a man. Listen, I got it. I'm not going to disrespect Dylan. Dylan, unisex name, is that Dylan's birth name?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
I thought you knew all about this trans.
I haven't done a lot. I don't want to. That's why I don't want to say anything bad about her either. I don't know enough of like
The
giving
fucking-
him her women's sponsorship ads is where the problem lies, in my opinion. Like, how are we just going to hand men, biological men, these jobs that women should have?
Because it's an, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not going to get into
Because
that
it's
because
so
Ian gets
big right
mad at
now.
me.
The trans
then he's gotta-
movement is so
Don't
big
get
that
mad,
they
dude.
want to bring attention to it anywhere they can.
It's propaganda, and they're in on it. And the goal is the destruction of the household. It's the destruction of what was once America. It's not the trans people we have a problem with. To be totally honest, I couldn't give one single fraction of one shit what Dylan Mulvaney does on his or her time, because none of it fucking matters to me. It only matters to me when you start teaching my kids about it and you start trying to tell them that they have a choice that they actually don't fucking have.
Another issue with this, I don't even know what you call it, but I think what I was reading is Dylan Mulvaney specifically not only is transitioning to a woman, but a lot of times portrays like a preteen girl or a teenage girl versus just...
How old is Dylan Mulvaney?
26.
Ellie's age.
I don't know if that's relevant.
I'm just saying.
Exactly Ellie's age, yeah.
How old are
26,
you?
27.
25.
Yeah, close.
But yeah, portrays a preteen girl a lot of the times. And like that's more damaging to actual preteen girls than the trans movement is to, like, anti-trans movement is to trans people. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
The whole women's movement, the whole feminist movement is propaganda intended to destroy women and all of the things that were good, such as men being providers and protectors and them being able to raise children and to teach their children and to nurture their children and to make sure their children grow up in a household filled with love. Instead, we now are in a position where women don't even want to do that anymore because they've been so fucking bred to be the opposite. This whole thing, of course, yeah, men are the devil, except for we don't recognize the men who are pretending to be women as the devil. No, they're heroes. And what are they doing? They're taking from the women. They're taking from the women.
One of them
sports.
was literally Woman of the Year.
Yeah.
Remember Caitlyn?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Woman of the Year. What?
Yeah.
But Caitlyn Jenner gets it, though. Like, she understands what she is. She came out against all this stuff, too, and would say this is not right. And she understands she's a man who's now a woman, and she's not asking to participate in women's sports or get ads.
She was a gold medalist as a he. So she is a he. And she is all, listen, I'm not buying into any of this. I don't care what you do. Let's make one thing fucking clear. This is all about sex. It's all about sex. If you're
Gender or actual sex?
any of it, it's all about sex. Who do you prefer to have sex with? Why does it matter if you're a lesbian as a child? It doesn't. It's only about who you're sexually attracted to. Why are we talking in schools about who kids are sexually attracted to? It's psychotic. It's psychotic. And before nowadays, that shit would have never flown. If you would have, in 1999, in 2000, when shit was still somewhat normal, if you would have had a teacher talking to an elementary school student about who they are sexually attracted to in any sort of curriculum or literature in that school, parents would have lost their fucking mind. But because of all of this propaganda, this is what's taking place. I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't give a shit what you do on your free time.
In my opinion, it's just division and chaos. Like,
that's right.
The government just
Division
wants
and
everybody
chaos.
crazy and hating each other, no matter if you're black, white, gay, male, female. They just want everybody against each other because united we fucking stand and divided we fall.
And even
as
dating.
shit.
I mean, women hate on men that identify as being taller. So
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
On a
Can you do
lighter
that?
note.
I identify
Listen.
as 6'4".
that's what I said. If I can change? If I can just be a chick, what else can I be? I'm trying to be more than just a woman. More than a woman.
Like a cat?
I don't know. I want to be like
Letterboxes in schools now?
I want to be a dinosaur.
Did they do speaking
Dragon?
of
Fucking
you were a teacher.
dragon.
I was
Dragon.
a teacher, yeah.
Did you experience in any of the what do they call them? The cats or whatever?
Furries.
Furries.
Oh, the furries.
No, I actually only just learned about furries.
Okay.
Like 2 years ago.
Really?
What a concept.
They've been around.
What a concept.
How? But in your you're in a younger woman's game. How is your generation dealing with in your perspective, I guess, or from your perspective, dealing with all of the everything being politically charged, everything being so polarizing and divisive in nature? How is your age group handling this? I mean, is there division amongst age groups or amongst friends and families?
Like within my personal friend group, we don't talk about it because we know based off certain tweets that individuals in the group have made in the past that hell would break loose. And so we don't talk about it unless we know for a fact that we see eye to eye with like a certain individual, but otherwise we don't talk about it as a group because it will divide our friendship.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like yeah.
So do you know of friendships that like we have families and close friends that are completely fucking destroyed, like that maybe won't ever hang out again?
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Yep.
Is that way in your friend group? Do you know people who are like, oh, I'm not hanging out with them, they're a Trump supporter or they're a Biden lover?
So like personally, I don't talk about it to keep the peace, but I know that if I brought it up with another individual, they would likely react in that manner. And I don't want the friendship to fade because of that, you know?
Yeah.
So
that
you're saying they would allow it to break
Yeah.
the friendship apart.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep the peace.
You couldn't have like a logical conversation with them about it. Or
I
you choose
think
not
what's
to.
happened is in group settings where, you know, you've had a couple beverages and things get heated at 12 a.m. I've just observed conversation to go so south
Quick.
that it makes me think I'm never going to open this can of worms because I don't want our friendship to be over because of our differences.
Yeah.
And so I think you just learn what to say, what not to say, what triggers people. Is
I'm
it
not
worth
sure
it?
if
I don't
that's
know.
smart.
Depending on
I
the
don't know.
situation, because at some point,
Right.
fuck a friendship. Depending on what they're actually saying, you're referencing tweets and stuff. But
I mean, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's like Thanksgiving dinner with family. Families can't talk about it. Friends can't talk about it. The only place you can get it is on the internet when you're acting like someone else or in a podcast. That's it.
But if I had a friend who would disown me just based off of an opinion I had, and I was scared to bring it up to him, I don't know if
But
I'd be
man,
friends very
opinions
long
are
anyway.
so strong nowadays.
But a lot of my friends don't agree with me. I don't agree with them. We can still have
But do you talk
a
about
mutual respect. I mean, sure, sometimes,
Really?
but we're not going to like end our friendship over. You know what I mean? That's the problem. People are willing to end relationships over an opinion.
Yeah. And the biggest,
fucking crazy.
Or I guess even like not even being willing to have a conversation. Like not everybody is willing to have a conversation and understand each other's perspective. It's just
Oh yeah, my way or
not a conversation.
yeah.
I'm right and
So,
you're stupid.
Yeah.
If they only understood, which is something that we've been talking about since episode 1, I think. If they only understood that when I sit here and when me and people like me sit here and talk about propaganda, and they talk about how the propaganda is not only polarizing, but it is distributed to the world for the outcome of polarization and division. They are intentionally trying to divide us, which is why they feed us a bunch of bullshit that is otherwise nonsensical and clown world bullshit. Like, no, I don't care if you're black, and I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Puerto Rican. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you're Argentinian. Like, none of that fucking matters because I judge humans by their character. But they have distributed enough information to make people like people that were raised in the same households as us believe that we are racist or that we're sexist or that we're misogynist or that we're this or that. They don't understand that the intent of that propaganda is to divide and it's working. It doesn't have to make any sense. All it has to do is A, silence us, which you just described so perfectly and eloquently, and B, divide us, which is what you're trying to avoid by silencing yourselves. And a lot of us have experienced the division amongst our families and our friends. And it's all part of the plan. If these people only understood that the people who really get it, or at least the ones of us who claim to really get it, are just saying, hey, you can have your opinion. That's the best part of America. That's what we're fighting for. I could also have mine. And if you'd listened to mine and realized that I was fucking right, you wouldn't be. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say.
No, but really, the truth lies in the middle. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're right, left. That one chick, that shipwreck chick, posted something the other day. I shared it. It says, it's not about politics anymore. You're either crazy or you're not. Like, it's not about politics. They just want it to be about politics because that divides us. We always ask, like, how does this always happen to fall exactly on party lines? It's because we are told that this is what you must believe on the right and this is what you must believe on the left.
Not right or wrong.
It's not always black and white like that.
What they're failing to realize is we should just believe what our fucking eyeballs see and what our hearts tell us and what we can feel, touch, see, hear. Like, we should just believe what we want to believe, but instead we're just delivered our info, we're delivered our message, and the message is delivered to divide us. And as we've talked 100 times on the show, it's a method of war, dividing and conquering. Like, if you're seeking power, it's a method. Divide the people. You divide them, they're no longer united. United we stand, divided we fall. You've all heard it.
I just said it 5 minutes ago.
You did?
Yep.
She did
On this
say
show?
You didn't hear me?
I couldn't hear you in the ear. My right earphone's not working, I guess. I don't know. I was probably daydreaming. But anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And you're welcome. Ian.
I do have a question for Ellie.
Let's go.
Do you have any crazy dating stories?
Crazy dating stories.
Yeah.
Yes, that's such a great question.
From Hinge? Is that what you're
Any
gonna
of
say?
them.
Oh.
We don't care.
Like, do you have any particular one that stands out?
Well, so I've only gone on like maybe 2 or 3 dates from the apps.
Really?
Yeah, like I probably use them more for an ego boost. If I'm being honest.
Tell me I'm pretty.
I love it.
Swipe right,
Just, like, sheer
motherfuckers.
boredom. Gonna hop on Bumble and see what's going on. But it was the height thing. Like, but
Okay.
it's not that crazy. Not that crazy. But
That's so funny to me.
do we want to talk about it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, he was late to the date. So not a good sign. Second of all,
Strike one.
I just had that perceived image, you know, because he lied about his height. So by like 4 inches, not 1 or 2.
Whoa.
Holy.
Yeah. And I'm 5'3" typically, but some nights I'm 5'5", 5'6". And so anyway, I pushed in my stool to give a friendly hug bye-bye, and we were the same height.
Oh.
So anyway, I just wasn't
No.
expecting that. Like, no shade to, you know,
The short men,
yes,
the little guys out
Little
there.
guys
no
out there.
shade, but like, just be honest. Be honest. That's all I've got.
Be honest.
Are you one of those girls on there that has like strict, like, you must be this tall or this age
No,
or
I'm
blah,
really
blah, blah?
not.
That's good.
Not-
I'll
no.
be like that.
I'm really not. I wouldn't even say I really have a type. Like,
Would you like us to put your handle out there to the world so everyone can come at you
Yes.
for your ego?
yes.
Tell us what
All
your
right.
name is on whatever your
All
one
right.
preferred dating app is, not the
Can
Bumblebee
we do
one.
Instagram?
Yes,
Yeah,
Instagram. Yep.
All right, at Ellie ELLE Burger BERGER.
At Ellie Burger, you heard the
I
spelling.
cannot wait to see how this
Swipe
goes.
right, swipe
Go
left.
follow me. This
Well,
is a social experiment.
I'll get that on there.
I'll link you in the description.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lindy
For,
has an
Ms.
OnlyFans.
Burger.
Have you dabbled in that yet?
Oh yeah.
No.
Should we tell the
Lindy, tell us
everyone about the
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? Only feets?
What?
Only farts?
Only farts?
Did it take off? That's what I want to know.
We're hoping so.
Ooh.
No.
Ian's
Do
working his
not
magic.
Start it. Stop it.
I'm just kidding. She's a Target HR manager. She doesn't have a OnlyFans. All right. Well, listen. I say we wrap this thing. Anybody else got anything fun for the good of the group?
No.
You motion to end?
Yeah.
Zach's ready. It's been a long morning, Friday morning. Maybe. We'll see. We don't know what day it is. Anyway, all right. Well, listen. Thank you for joining. Ellie, thank you so much for stopping
Yes,
by.
thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yes.
Great experience.
We're happy that you were forced into coming, and we're happy you
When you
submitted.
officially
finally.
have a podcast, we'll give you a
Thank you
shout
for
out.
involuntarily volunteering.
Voluntolding.
Voluntolding,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, she got voluntold. Well, thank you for
welcome
coming.
to the Army.
Yeah, whatever the hell it was, thank you for coming.
And if you find a man on there and you end up marrying, and you need to give us we need the best man and maid of honor.
Perfect. Maybe he'll have to be on the
Nailed
podcast.
Yeah.
We can interview him.
We'll tell your love story on here.
Anyway, thank you all for joining. We appreciate you coming and spending the day with us or the time with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, smash that like and share button and subscribe and all that. And as always, be sure to find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people.